Hey, did you know Paper Chaser TO has its own crafting club? Monthly membership gives you full access to all of our crafting templates. For the price of one template a month, you'll be receiving 3 to 5 absolutely new templates every month, and that doesn't even include all the ones that we already have on our site. Start your free trial today. I know you'll love it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Paper Chaser tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this explosion box. It's super cute. On the outside it looks like a house, and on the inside you open it up and you've got heart corners, and it comes with 2 layers.
And to kick off the Valentine's Day spirit, I'm going to be spreading some love by giving away this template to the first 5 people who comment down below and tell me what explosion box they'd like to see me make next. Back to this template. Because it's such a big project, I'm splitting the video into 3 parts: the body, the roof, and all the extras. You can catch all of the timestamps in the description box down below.
So let's begin the tutorial. Here are the things that you'll need: the template, cardstock, scissors, glue, tape, a brad, and some magnets. To start off the body, we'll take our piece A. Here you'll have 4 of these copies, and you will valley fold on the red score lines and mountain fold on the blue ones. I highly encourage you to pause the video wherever you need to and just pick up whenever you are done a step. I know that this is a very extensive project, so take your time. Like I mentioned earlier, there are 4 of these piece A's, so you're just going to repeatedly fold along the red and blue lines accordingly for all 4 pieces. Once you're finished folding your piece A, run some glue along both of the tabs of your piece A, and then we're going to attach that to piece B. So I've labeled the tabs tab A and tab B. Tab A will be glued onto the adjacent piece A, while tab B is being glued directly to piece B. So as you can see, once you've got your first piece glued into place, you'll have tab A attached to the heart piece, just sticking out. And once you attach your second piece, the squared portion of your second piece will align with the heart piece, therefore adjoining tab A to the secondary piece A. So we will just continue this all around your piece B, attaching tab B of your piece A to piece B, and then attaching your piece A to the previous tab A. And I just wanted to reiterate, if you do need help with this video, feel free to leave a comment in the description box, or you can email me at contact@paperchaserto. I'm also available on Facebook and Instagram under the same handle, paperchaserto. Once all of the piece A's are glued into place, we will flip over the base, and then with the remainder 5 pieces of piece B, we will glue them along each of the panels so that we can cover all of the exposed glue tabs. In order to preserve the fold of the score lines, when we are gluing these pieces down, we want to avoid gluing directly onto any of the score lines. This way the box will fold up a lot easier at the end. And you'll see me occasionally just gluing one of the panels on and folding it just to ensure that the score lines are still creased. Regardless though, at the end of it, give your box a fold up just to make sure that everything is glued and folding nicely. Next, we'll take our pieces D1 and D2, and we will be gluing them along the corners of the base. This is just a matting piece for your heart corners. So on the screen here, you can see that the green outlined pieces are your D1 and D2, and we're just going to center it on our base piece. Next up, we'll move on to our pocket pieces. So these are your pieces E and F. There are 4 copies of each. So we're just going to valley fold all of the score lines on your piece E, and add glue onto the tabs and fold it closed. This step of the body piece will also be repeated in part 3 when we are creating the pockets for the smaller layer. It is exactly the same process, just with a smaller pocket, so make sure you come back to this section of the video once you reach that part. Don't worry, I will link the timestamp to this part of the video. So once your piece E is glued into place, we're just going to take F and glue that centered onto the front of piece E. And we are going to repeat that step with the rest of your pieces of E and F. Now we'll bring back our base body piece and we will glue our pockets onto each one of the 4 panels. Continue gluing the pockets around the base piece. All right, now we are getting to the fun part. This is the decorative pieces onto the outside of the box. So we'll take our window pieces, which are your G pieces. We'll take your G1 first, valley fold all of the score lines, and then glue the tabs onto the back. So this window here is about 2 inches by 2 inches, and you can like slip a little photo in there if you'd like. I've left that option there for you. Repeat this to the other G1 piece, and then we will take our G2 piece and just fold again, valley folding along those score lines. Then taking your G3 pieces, we will be gluing them onto both sides of your G2 piece, creating the window shutters. And finally, taking your G1 piece again and gluing that into the center of your G2 piece. Then we are just going to repeat it to the next window. So bringing back your base body piece, flip it onto the outside, and we will place glue onto the centers of your G2 piece and then glue it somewhat centered, a little bit lower than that, to 2 opposite faces of the box. Here you want to make sure that the slots of your G1 piece is facing outward in case you want to slip anything into there. Next up, door pieces. So we'll take our H1 and we will glue it to your H2 piece. As you can see, it is aligned perfectly. And you'll see on your H2 piece, there's a little hole there that is meant for your brad to be stuck through. Here I'm using I think it's a 1/8 of an inch diameter brad. I stand corrected. I am using a 3/16 of an inch brad, and I think that it's a perfect proportion for the door. So next we will grab our magnets, place one of the magnets on top of the brad. You can choose to tape the magnet into place, but I feel like the metal of the brad and the magnet are sufficient enough. I'm just going to take glue and spread it along the back side of your H2 piece and then stick that onto the right side of your H3 piece. We will fold close your H3 piece and then attaching the corresponding magnet. Here though, I will be using tape to tape it down just because there isn't much to keep the magnet into place. There's no brad on this side of the door. And the final step for the body, we will glue the door onto the outside of the base. Welcome to part 2, assembling the roof. So starting with piece A of the roof assembly, similarly to the body piece, we will be valley folding on the red score lines and mountain folding on the blue ones. Then we will glue the tabs onto the adjacent face, therefore forming the lid. At this point, you don't need to worry about the triangular pieces with the hole in it. That will come up next. Now, taking your piece B, we will valley fold along all of these score lines. This is essentially the roof top part of your lid, and this is what we will be gluing to the triangular faces of your piece A. When we are doing that, we want to apply glue onto one side of the tabs at a time, just in case, things get messy. You don't really want glue everywhere. So once you have glue on the tabs of your piece B, attach it to the triangular faces of piece A. Next, we will add the windows onto the circular cutouts. So that's your piece C, and you only need to apply glue onto the outer ring of your piece C, and then stick that into place. Now moving on to pieces E and D1 and D2. We will be gluing D1 and D2, alternating between the two onto your piece E. Piece E is somewhat of a rectangle. One side is slightly longer than the other. You just gotta match the side to the length of your D pieces. So we will continue alternating pieces D1 and D2, filling up piece E. As you can see, you'll just leave about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch gap at the top. I mean, you can completely fill it. You can print and cut as many of your D1 and D2 pieces as you'd like. However, if you are trying to save paper, with the box that I'm making here, I used 5 sets of D1 and D2 on each of the piece E's. So that means you're going to be cutting out 10 in total of each piece. Next, we will just glue your piece E onto the piece B of the roof. So we will align the top edge of your piece E to the edge of your roof, and then you're going to center the sides. Press it down into place with your fingers, and as you can see, there is a slight gap, so you can stick the ruler into that gap and sort of like press it into place. Repeat gluing with your other piece E onto the other side of the roof. Then mountain fold your piece F, and remember, a mountain fold is just an upside down valley fold. And then we are going to add glue onto there and top the roof off with your piece F. And that is all for the roof or the lid of the box. If you want, take a break here. It's been quite a bit, but if not, we're moving on to part 3, which is the extras. I call this the extras because you can definitely be finished with the box after part 1 and part 2. Here we will be making a second layer and inserting these little cute cards into our pockets. So for the second layer, we will take our piece A and valley fold all of the glue tabs. Once we are complete with that, we are just going to glue along the tab and attach it to your piece B. Continue gluing the rest of your piece A's around piece B to create that final second layer. So we are just going to repeat the directions for pieces E and F from the body with pieces C and D for the second layer here. Once your pockets are glued and assembled, we will just glue them onto the panels of your piece A. Once the pockets are all glued down, flip over your assembled layer and spread glue along the center panel, and then bring back the body, and we will glue that centered onto the center of the body. Then last but not least, we'll just insert these cute little cards with this heart cutout into the pockets. So with your template, you will receive 2 different sizes for the 2 different sized pockets. These cards are perfect to glue down some cute little photos or write messages onto them. But that is all for this explosion box and this tutorial. So just fold up the body, cap on the lid or cap on the roof, and there you have it. I think this is so cute for Valentine's Day. The door opens up, you can have a cute little note there. This would be especially cute for those couples who've bought their first home and are celebrating their first Valentine's Day in it. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and this video. Remember, if you have any questions at all, feel free to message me. If you've liked it, please share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again for all your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.